the challenge of the space age head-on, President Eisenhower makes his second speech in a series to reassure Americans their nation is not lagging behind. At Oklahoma City, he says that defense spending must go up, calls for training of more scientists, and emphasizes strongly, confidently, our overall air superiority.
Today, as I have said, a principal deterrent to war is the retaliatory nuclear power of our Strategic Air Command and our Navy. We are adding missile power to these arms and to the Army as rapidly as possible. But it will be some time before either we or the Soviet forces will have long-range missile capacity equal to even a small fraction of the total destructive power of our present bomber force.
Some 48 hours earlier, to stress the power and range of the Strategic Air Command, General Curtis LeMay is ready for takeoff from Westover Field in Massachusetts. Famed as SAC's pioneer commander and now Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General LeMay is at the controls of a KC-135 jet tanker, converted to drain its own fuel instead of supplying global bombers. Destination, Buenos Aires, a 6,350-mile non-stop, non-refueling flight. LeMay's Stratotanker doglegs it in a record 13 hours, 2 minutes, even as the world hears that the Strategic Air Command is on global alert, a nuclear-armed deterrent to aggression. The U.S. ambassador and Argentine officers greet the trailblazing General LeMay. Soon, the general is completing the return trip. Against the backdrop of the U.S. Capitol, he lands in Washington 11 hours and 5 minutes after leaving Buenos Aires, the first non-stop jet hop of its kind, so automatically another record. The general and his crew come in for high official praise and receive decorations. The Distinguished Flying Cross is pinned on LeMay by his boss, General Thomas D. White, Air Force Chief of Staff. In another dramatic illustration of the President's words, we see the briefing of bomber crews at George Air Force Base in California. The mission of the twin-jet B-66 bombers, an 8,000-mile, 17-hour trans-Pacific hop to the Philippines, to show the Air Force can support the Strategic Air Command with a tactical striking force anywhere in the world. As President Eisenhower tells the nation, the goal of adequate security has another aim.
The goal we seek is peace with justice. This can come to our nation only as it comes to all nations. The world's hope is that the Soviets will cooperate with all the rest of us in achieving this goal. Our defense effort, large as it is, goes only far enough to deter and defeat attack. We will never be an aggressor.